All right, let's talk a little bit more about the vaccines. You know, I said to you a few weeks ago, I don't want to talk about COVID that much anymore because in many ways it's more a virus of the mind at this point. If you've decided to go about living your life how you see fit and get vaccinated if you want to or not if you don't, or you take into account your doctor's feelings and all of that stuff, it's like we need to move forward. We're 2 years in already. It's like it's time to move on. However, because they keep coming at us with more crazy mandates and now more, I would say attacks. That is the right word. Attacks on children. It's like we got to talk about it to some degree. So in the last day or so, the FDA has voted 17-0 to start okaying vaccinations for children 5 to 11 years old. Well, now some video leaked. This is the editor of the New England Journal of Medicine. His name is Dr. Eric Rubin. And I am in no way related to Dr. Eric Rubin. I want to make that very clear. I am also in no way related to Jennifer Rubin, the Washington Post columnist. These are Rubins that have nothing to do with me. I am not related to Dr. Eric Rubin. I am not related to Jennifer Rubin. Anyway, Dr. Eric Rubin is one of the 17 people on the FDA panel, and they were talking about vaccinations for children, and this video just leaked. And if you don't think this is mind-blowingly extraordinary, I don't know what to tell you. This is nuts.
But we're never going to learn about how safe the vaccine is unless we start giving it. That's just the way it goes.
We're never going to learn about how safe the vaccine is unless we're giving it. He's talking about two children. Now, I want to be clear. There were a couple clinical studies for kids that were very, very rushed through. But that man is one of the 17 people on the board that is deciding whether your children, 5 years old, are going to be injected with this stuff. I'm not saying anything bad is going to happen if they're injected. I don't know, but either do they. So I'm saying leave it up to you. But these are the people who are going to want to make sure that if you send your kid to school or if you send your kid to the freaking roller skating rink, do they still have roller skating rinks? Is that still a thing? Or bowling? Are kids allowed to bowl anymore? That they're going to demand that your kid gets vaccinated. So this is absolutely crazy. They are admitting we do not know what will happen until we inject this stuff into your kids. That was shown, I believe, live on C-SPAN. Are you seeing that on CNN today? Are you seeing that on that clown network MSNBC? Absolutely crazy. And it's just such a long string of misinformation that these people tell us. You might remember this video. This is from Joe Biden's town hall, not the one he did a couple days ago with Anderson Cooper, where he just muddled and befuddled his way through the whole thing and yammered and stammered and it was horrible. This is from a couple months ago. And listen to what Joe says about the vaccines. And you tell me, is it true or not?
The various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Well, hot damn. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. That either was 100% of a lie by the man pretending to be president of the United States, or the vaccines are not working as promised. You may remember this guy, Dave Rubin, who back in July tweeted out that vaccine mandates are coming and the vaccines are not working as promised. That Dave Rubin guy, real right-wing nutbag, he got banned from Twitter for saying that. Then I was able to get enough public outcry on that they admitted that it was an error. Yeah, just an error. But yeah, that's interesting. So let me get this straight. We're going to have to test on the kids to see what's going on here. That's coming from one of the doctors on the FDA board. Now you've got the president a couple months ago saying, yeah, if you get vaccinated, you're okay. But we know that not only are people still getting COVID if they're vaccinated, but they're still transmitting COVID if they're vaccinated. But now some fairly well-known influential doctors are finally stepping up and saying this stuff related to the kids cannot go on. We've got a tweet here from Dr. Aaron Kaharity. He is a professor of psychiatry and a director of medical ethics at UC Irvine. He said, "Let the record show, I am convinced that today's decision by the FDA to give EUA authorization for 5 to 11-year-old children for the Pfizer vaccine will be seen as one of the worst medical disasters of the 21st century. Say what you want in response, and we'll check back in 20 years. Okay, so I know that some doctors will be for this, and I know that some doctors will be against it. But the point is, there is something to debate. Do you not think there is something to debate while 17 board members are at the FDA are saying go ahead and just inject it into the kids and then we'll see what happens? That's what they're saying. They are literally, if you have a child that's 5 to 11 years old right now, I said to David this morning, we don't have kids yet. And in a weird way, as badly as we want kids, and we are trying, and it's been very complex, possibly because of vaccines related to surrogates and everything else, it's like, in a twisted way, I feel almost blessed that we don't have kids yet, because what a horrific decision you would have to make if you have a 5-year-old right now. And they're saying your kid's not going to be able to go to school. Your kid's not going to be able to participate in society. And then you watch a video that you're not going to see on mainstream news, and you've got the doctor going, well, we don't know what it's going to do to kids. And then you got to run around and tell all your friends that, and the teachers and the administrators, and they're going to go, oh, you're a right-wing Q maniac. You're watching too much Alex Jones. I mean, this is what they have done to society. And until you really realize that, like realize it, and then you can empower yourself on how you fight these people. And that may mean you have to leave where you live. You may have to get to a state that is more associated with the beliefs that you have. That is really the position that we are at right now. But that lunatic Rubin, okay? That lunatic Rubin, like I would not be trusting that guy to be injecting anything into my children while he's saying he doesn't know what will happen until we do it. And then we'll see, sure, they're going to get big eye. Well, everyone's going to be walking around one big eye, one little eye. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Ridiculous.